Hi guys. So, since my channel is a Spotify channel, I thought my first um, real talking video would be tackling that old same old question: why do you like Spotify? Now, um, I think that before I answer that, I think that the better question should be, why do you use music streaming services or pay for music streaming services instead of using YouTube? It's free. Well, music is personal for everyone, so each individual is going to have different reasons for why they do things. Now, uh, for somebody who's a diabetic, first of all, it's just something about it to where, like, if you listen to your music on YouTube, to me, the way I see it is that you're more likely to sit down and watch the video, especially if there's songs or videos that you haven't seen for a while. And I think it's so important to really make an effort to disconnect from your computer. So I think subscribing to any music service, it doesn't have to be Spotify. It could be YouTube. It could be Google. Um, at least you can download the music, what have you. I think I think it's healthier. We need to disconnect from, especially if you love music. I think it's important to subscribe to Spotify and those services because you can pick your music and you can actually go outside and walk and get some exercise as you're listening to your music, or as you listening to your podcasts or what have you. So that's the first important thing. The second important thing is that if you are a real music lover, if you are a true music lover and you're not just some young teeny bopper who's just interested in the latest and the greatest, whatever that means, um, if you are a true music lover, you are able to listen to the entire album and not one hit song. And the reason why that's important is that if you really love music, music lovers know that you may want to listen to what other songs they have that you just might like, that you may find hot, you know. And just to roll back a tiny bit, I never understood this, especially with the younger generation. Why are you so hard up for the newest music? I mean, if you're listening to something that you haven't heard before and you find that it's hot and you keep playing it, and then you discover that the song was actually came out 5 years ago, is it automatically it's not hot anymore because you found out that it came out 5 years ago? No, it's still a good song regardless of what year or what time frame it came out. Bottom line. So I mean, I think that's just a silly, very silly mindset. On top of that, the mindset prevents you from possibly finding some really, really good music because you are fixated on when a music came out. I mean, if it's good music, it's good music. Period. That that's what separates you know any old music from being a true classic that lasts you know generations. You know, so yeah, so I think one of the greatest benefits from any streaming service is that you get to listen to everything in the album that comes with the album. Okay, and think about it. Yes, you may or you may not be able to find it on YouTube, depending, how old you are. If you are a younger person, I don't think you'll find. any problems trying to find new stuff on YouTube, because literally the second the darn thing comes out, somebody's gonna put it on YouTube, you know. But at the same time, when it comes to an album, you can't find it if you don't know that it exists. So to say that YouTube is a discovery, streaming service, I don't think that's true. Maybe if you use um, YouTube's radio, okay, yeah, they played nice music, but it's not really set up in a way like Spotify. You see, what Spotify does is that it will find music for you that's of the same tempo and what have you, but it'll also throw in some new stuff. And I haven't noticed that with YouTube, so it's almost like listening to a pre-made playlist, that many of these so-called live radio stations this do. Nowadays there's no DJ, everything is playlists. So anyway, so that's in when it comes to streaming services in general, that's the two most important things. Now, in terms of the software itself, Spotify um, is a true music lovers application. It is specifically set up, um, the way that it's designed. What is the word I'm looking for? Aesthetically, it's aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't have a whole bunch of garbage. It's easy to use. And when I say garbage, I mean it doesn't appear like bloatware. In other words, it's easy to navigate. It offers um, free signups. You can either use the free portion or you can use the paid. Um, to be honest, there really isn't that much difference between the free and the paid. Um, the major difference is, with the paid, you can get to download your songs and your podcasts, and you get no commercials. Now some people will be like, well, you know, that's not, why should I do that? Well, for the convenience of it, because even if you decide to, still go on YouTube because you don't want to pay for nothing, it's still a lot more work in the end hearing a song, then going over to YouTube, saving it. And that's another thing. The playlist, you create a playlist, and with Spotify, you can set up folders and organize your music. You can't really do that on YouTube. It's not made for that. YouTube is a video service. It's not really a music service. So, I mean, I really highly suggest that you guys not procrastinate and just use the damn thing. Stop being lazy and just try it out. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you who complain about the ads, that's how services work now. YouTube has ads. So what's the difference? You can play a lot more music with Spotify before you see one ad. You can play about a good 4 or 5 songs before you hear a a Spotify ad, unlike YouTube where there's an ad for every video that you watch. So a lot of these excuses that people come up with is such bullshit. Anyway, I kind of feel that this video is getting too long, so I'm going to cut it. And if I think of some other stuff, I'll make a part 2 or something like that. All right, thanks. Bye.